crackling through the glow. James and Dan, they're on the line. Waves of sound cut through the grind. Hump Day Happy Hour rolling wide. Signals screaming through the sky. Hearts on the air, we're here to shout. Turn it up and drown the doubt. Woo! Mountains echo, lakes reply. A rebel's anthem, tear in the sky. A call to the wild, scream in the night. James and Dan, they keep it tight. Hump Day Happy Hour rolling wide. Signals screaming through the sky. Hearts on the air, we're here to shout. Turn it up and drown the doubt. Mountains echo, lakes reply. A rebel's anthem, tear in the sky. A call to the wild, scream in the night. James and Dan, they keep it tight. Hump Day Happy Hour rolling wide. Signals screaming through the sky. Hearts on the air, we're here to shout. Turn it up and drown the doubt. Steel strings humming, worn out hands. Rhythm pounds like shifting sands. Broadcast live through the wild unknown. And radio's heart has found its throne. Hump Day Happy Hour rolling wide. Signals screaming through the sky. Hearts on the air, we're here to shout. Turn it up and drown the doubt.
What's up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Means it's time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. Going to be a great evening because it's always a great evening when it's Hump Day. Because you guys that don't have to work 365 days a year are halfway through your work week. But let's give a shout out to the Patreons because they are absolutely awesome people. Just a couple of weeks away from getting to hang out with a bunch of you guys. And if you're really lucky, me and Dan might even share some of Eddie's brisket with you. But you got to be really lucky for that.
I doubt it.
Also, shout out to the YouTube members. They are awesome, awesome people. They are green in chat. Unless they are moderators, then they will be blue. And it's always great to have those POTA rovers up there. Our last POTA rover was... Let's see, who was that? It was Gene.
Gene. Yeah.
Gene is the last one. So somebody needs to come over and take the last spot for him. All righty. And the ever-changing board that had no changes. Thank you guys, each and every one of you, very much. I know it's fixing to change once August hit because Dan will be moving up for sure.
Yeah.
What's up, Dan?
Taking a leap, wouldn't I? Episode 206, Hump Day Happy Hour. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good to see you. Let's run down the list and see who is here. Keeler 4, Lemur India. Josh was first in the chat. How you doing, buddy? KO4SXH. Bill, good evening, my friend. Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie says it's hotter than Hades and it's sweltering out here. It dang sure is, buddy. Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. Howdy, howdy. Andy Callie, always good to see you. Kent Kilo 9 Alpha Echo. What's going on, my friend? Fred, November 8th, Sierra Lima Tango. Hellos. He said, I go from never being home to catch anything live to being 45 minutes early. Welcome, buddy. Good to have you around. Kenny, KC5, Mike J, Echo. Good to see you, buddy. Georgia Parks and Propagation. That's our buddy Ron Chris. Alpha 4 X-ray Oscar. Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo. Good to see you. Reed AB8AS. Chris K2PTC. Hello. Hello. Loudmouth from Hammertown himself. Larry, what's going on, buddy? Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. You're 59A. Sounding great. Mike 88KB. Ronnie Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu Romeo X-ray. What's up, my friend? Gary Graham, how's it going, buddy? Frequency Frontiers. Chris Whiskey 8 Oscar X-ray. Good evening to you as well. Aaron says it's Hump Day. It's Kilo. Is that a Quebec? My eyesight's bad. Sorry, buddy. Kilo Quebec 4 Hotel Zulu. Kilo is here. Sherry, Sidewalk Sherry's in the house. KE8 Yankee Victor Delta. She says, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy. Hello, everyone. Happy Hump Day. I hit that like button. I understood that. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Hot Buns, Whiskey 8 Echo, Romeo, Liz and fam. Welcome. Alan Davis, what's up, buddy? AC4. Hi. Rock and roll, my friend. That's true. Pete Knapp, the Milliwatt Wonder from West by God, Virginia. That's KN8PPY. Always good to see you. Izzo is in the house with his cigar. Let us know what kind it is, Izzo, so we know what you got tonight. Always good to see you. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. Howdy. The Marshmallow is here. Martini, Whiskey Delta 4. Juliet, Mike. Kilo Oscar 4, November Lima, Smoking POTA. We were just talking about your brisket just a couple seconds ago, buddy. Can't wait to see it. And that's about it for now. I'm sure we'll got some other people coming in here. But yeah, episode 206 of Hump Day Happy Hour on this beautiful, nice and cool Wednesday. It's been so hot, man. It's been miserable.
Dude, the heat is just... it's unbearable is what it is. It's like
it's so hot. I want to call it the heat.
Yeah, it's the heat.
Yeah.
To go with the rain that we have in the kingdom's capital.
Absolutely.
So but yeah, it's been absolutely miserable. I think it got the best of me today because I got home this afternoon and I'm really sick at my stomach. My head's hurt. And I just feel really, really drained. So I think it got the best of me. How in the world Sidewalk Sherry cuts the grass 14 times a week, I'll never know.
She's built for it. Yeah, thank you so much, Izzo. 206. Can you believe that these crazy people have been watching 206 episodes of this? Nuts.
It's been a wild one, that's for sure. But through heat, through ice storms, through it all.
That's right.
And right now I'm missing like 100 and some people screaming at me at the top of their lungs, trying to get me to pay attention to them.
That's right.
So I'll take being in here with you guys for sure.
Yeah, that's why we have it on Wednesday. That's a good point. It says people don't have anything else to do on a Wednesday.
But no. Now listen, listen, when I very first started this stream, I was respectful to all the other YouTubers that streamed it, and I found me a slot. And unfortunately, that slot was a Wednesday at like 10:30 in the evening is when I used to stream.
The late show, yeah.
Yeah. We would stream at 10. Then I got to move down to 10 o'clock shortly after. So 10 o'clock is when we used to stream Eastern time now. And after that, we do after chat. And I kid you not, there was very few Patreons back then. But when I'll tell you what, it's kind of like the old school POTA hunters. You know how I could go out at any time of the night and hunt me? These guys, we would stay in after chat till 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I would get up and go activate and go to work the next day.
Good thing go to work. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, but then I think it was somebody else was streaming earlier on Wednesdays, and then Ham Radio Dude took it as soon as they left, and then he gave it up to me, and I will never give up this Wednesday at 8 o'clock
right.
spot now.
That's right.
So
Whiskey 8, Julie at Echo Sierra. Hello. And Marvin. What's going on, buddy? Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu. Whiskey Delta. You are close to me, and the call sign is familiar. Your name's familiar because I've seen it. I want to say you are in Hahira. If I'm wrong, slap me. I know you've worked me on a couple of my activations, and you're not far away from me at all.
he'd probably smack me if I said I know you've worked me. He's in my log hundreds of times.
Oh,
yeah. Gary says yes to do the plumbing tomorrow. Well, I'll tell you,
right.
sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But we're going to talk a little bit about situational gear for Parks on the Air or ham radio in general. But I typically talk mostly about Parks on the Air. I mean, so you go out to do a POTA. What do you need? You need a radio. You need an antenna. You need a piece of coax. You need something to log with. That's really all you really need. Now, none of us actually go that limited. I mean, maybe some of the QRP guys. When I go QRP, that's about what I take. A very small piece of coax, an antenna, and a radio. But we're all on that. Oh yeah, we need a battery. Thank you, Gary. We might want to have some power.
Nah.
But most of us do that 2 is 1 and 1 is none thing anyway. So, we've probably got 2 pieces of coax, 2 antennas, 2 batteries, maybe 2 radios even. A lot of times I'll have 2 radios with me. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about your situational gear. Like you're going to a place, you've been there before, and you need something you don't normally take. Do you keep situational gear already in your car? Do you have it at home? What do you do? I know some of my situational gear I keep in the car. Like, for example, my little fold-out table, my fold-out chairs.
9mm.
No, that stays with me. It's underneath here right now. I got that right here.
Yeah.
But that's not situational. That's a mandatory. But what's some things that you like? For example, I always have I don't even do the 2. I normally have about 4 antennas with me, and one of them is a situational antenna, and that would be my pack antenna. And the reason it's a situational antenna is because it is extremely short. Like if I want to get in somewhere and do something that with absolutely next to no room, and I want to use a wire, I can use that pack antenna because it's really, matter of fact, I'll tell you how short it is. I can put the drive on the car and run my spider beam 7-meter mass up, which ain't that tall. So it's not like it's taking, run it up and then run that antenna down to the other side of the car and only be like maybe 2 foot from the edge of the car.
Wow.
So it's a situational antenna where I get into a little small, because I used to not have the Chelagus. My only vertical used to be the Eagle 1. And you can't always put up an Eagle 1 because it does go up 31 feet in the air. And then again, I'm limited to, I got to have the car or at least 50 foot from the car, because that's all the coax I'll normally have with me is about 50 foot. Yeah, I guess I could run a connector and run the extra coax and run an extra bit, but then you're playing into other stuff. So I used to not have, now the Chelagus is always in the car too, and I can put it about anywhere But that antenna is a situational antenna for sure. Another situational thing that I have, if I'm taking out my Elecraft, I'm always taking my adventure key. The only time I ever use my adventure key is with my Elecraft, which is weird. It's a very expensive key to just use with a radio that I very seldomly use. But that's the key that goes with the Elecraft because I've got the mount for it. What about you, Dan? What's some situational stuff you use?
I got a couple that I always keep in the truck. Well, I don't always keep them in it. One of them I always keep in the truck. The other one will come with me 99% of the time. But let's run through the chat real fast and see what they have on their mind. PP Man says a flask. Because, you know, when you run QRP, you might have to.
You need a flask. You need a flask if you run QRP.
I mean, you need a flask. Yeah, that's definitely. A cigar and a fan to move the gnats from Izzo. Yeah, that's a good one. Toilet paper or dude wipes. Yeah. POTA fan. That's a good one. Water or any kind of snack like food, depending on how long you're going to be out there. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Pepper, Kentucky bourbon. Yeah. But normally what I bring, my two situational things is, my big POTA fan.
Yep.
It doesn't matter to me if it's still hot air that I'm blowing on me like it's a convection oven. It's moving air, which feels better to me, especially when you're already sweating. The other thing I always keep in my truck, which I don't use very often, but when I do, I'm so glad that I have it, is my thermocells to keep the mosquitoes away. Those are two great things.
Yep.
That's a pretty... So Alan Davis, AC4HI, says the seat cushion. And I didn't even think about this until you said that, because some of those park benches, or even if you got to sit on the ground, that's a good idea.
Yep. And, you know, I've got something that I'm going to do a review on here shortly. I have to ask the guy if he's ready for me to do it because he told me to wait a little bit. That would go along that lines, and it'll be really cool. If My Toy Ostrich is in the chat, he knows what it is because he's seen mine and he had to buy one already. But so Dad said a Dr. Pepper. That is not situational. That is a mandatory must-have thing. And then Kyle said emergency sun drop.
That falls under the 2 is 1 and 1 is none, I think. Yeah.
And Terry, no, I don't have to bring shampoo because normally the parks I go to, I get the rangers that'll come up to me and be like, "Do you need any shampoo?"
That's right. But no, I always carry things around in the back of my truck too. I mean, I got fold-out chairs, like camping chairs back there. I think I have a sun umbrella back there. My thermocells, I keep in the truck. Yeah.
Now, when I used to run the Nissan, I always had my 10x10 sunshade, and I miss always having that with me, because you can ask Terry when we pull into a park, he'll start suggesting places, and the first thing there's no shade. There's no shade.
Yeah.
There's no shade. I want to be in the shade, and there's multiple reasons behind that. Number one, I don't like the sun beaming down on me. But number 2, I don't like the sun beaming down on my gear.
It gets really hot.
Because he can do damage to gear, guys. Gloves, hand warmers, and a beanie. That's a very good one.
10x10 tarp for shade or rain. Yeah.
Yep. Kyle is on a roll. He's on a roid roll.
I'm telling
you, man.
Kyle,
roid cream.
Well, Kyle is on it tonight, by the way. Yeah. Leatherman tool is always nice to have because you never know.
Now, Don said one earlier that you know, to me, most of the time is a situational thing, but to a lot of people, it's their everyday thing. And he said the ATOS. Most of the time, the ATOS is a situational antenna for me when I take it, because I know I'm number one. It's going to be situational because most of the time I'm either roving and want to get in and out quickly, or the lightning storms are, they're clear up for 10 minutes and then they're back. Something I might want to do really quick. And the ATOS is a lot safer to do that with. Not that it's safe, but it's safer if you've only got 10 minutes and easier to disconnect and stuff like that. So that's a good situational thing for sure.
Josh says Starlink in this area, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's not situational up there, buddy. That's a mandatory thing.
In Murphy, North Carolina, Josh, Starlink is mandatory.
It is crazy,
and it's really cool because I was driving down the road today, and Josh has his Starlink mounted on the top of his vehicle.
Yeah,
and he's the only person I've ever seen like that. Brian had his in his dash, but today I was driving on the road and I seen somebody with their Starlink mounted on the top of the vehicle, and I was thinking of Josh. So, which that's beyond me too, because because the minis work so much easier than the big ones, because those big ones you pretty much got to be pointing exactly north.
Yeah,
and Josh drives around and his just works on it wherever he's at. So. But that's a situational item that I do keep with me all the time. It's in my bag over there. Is I like to bring my Zoleo, because if I don't bring, I have the big Starlink and I don't pack that every day. And even there, here in West Virginia, we have situational cell phone towers.
Yeah.
One day I might go to a park and have full 5G. And the next day I can't get nothing there. It's kind of crap. So I normally like to keep my Zoleo with me, because that helps me get spotted a lot of times.
You call those bipolar towers here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what it is it has somebody call and sit there and fuss at somebody for like 20 hours on the phone. And the tower just finally says, I think I'm done with this. And you just shut it off.
Or as Liz said, maybe Terry did his cell phone tower dance. But yeah, those are some good things in the chat here. I like the seat cushion idea. I might go, the little throw cushions they have on boats. I might go pick me some up and just keep them in the back of my truck. I like that idea. Because I know some benches, like the one at your favorite spot at Jekyll, that's a stone, like concrete bench, I believe.
Yep.
And yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, that's a good idea. A little seat cushion.
Yeah.
Man, I think we're admitting we're old.
Why? Because my butt hurts when I sit on concrete.
When we were young, we'd sit on concrete and it wouldn't bother us.
Oh, we had a little more cushion back there. See, as you age, you lose your cushion. See,
I totally disagree. I got cushion everywhere now.
Stadium seat cushions. No, I don't need no Roid cream. Not yet, anyway. It's inflatable.
So do you have some? All right, say you're going. I don't know what. Do you do like a, when you go out? Do you have like certain runs that you do in the parks? See, or you just like, for example, I go out and I do a certain group of parks when I go out. I know what I'm going to do. And they're typically by groups, and they're normally groups that I'm working on something. But I don't know if you do that, or you just go out and pick a few parks randomly, or.
I'm fairly random, but I'm not going to pick random parks that are far apart from each other. So it's kind of some kind of strategy to it. But no, I don't have a regular grouping. No.
Okay. I was just curious if you had certain parks that would be in your runs where you might want to use a different antenna or something like that.
And now it really depends on what we're in the mood to do when we pull out of the neighborhood, if we want to turn left or right.
Okay.
You know,
So what makes you say vertical or wire?
9 times out of 10, it's the Eagle One. I haven't been in a spot yet where I couldn't put up an Eagle One. There was one over near Lake Seminole that I did, that the parking area where my truck was actually above me, probably about 75, 80 feet. So I had to use another stretch of 50-foot coax. So I keep 2 runs of 50-foot coax with me. And I used a barrel connector to put them together. But I haven't ran into anywhere that I couldn't put up the Eagle One yet. So that's
Okay.
been, that's been good. Sometimes I just want to be different and I'll throw a wire up just to throw a wire up. But I just what I chose that day. There's really no reason for it.
That's me. I mean, there are certain parks that I do have to use certain things for, but that's more of okay, I want to get this park done quickly because they're picky here or something like that. And I don't even know that. So when I'm on the road and I go to like any kind of historic sites or the fishing hatcheries or something like that, I typically don't like to sit at them very long because not that I've ever had any issue, but they just look like the kind of place where you're going to have an issue with somebody's,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm very, actually, you don't want to go to one of those places with me because I'm very grouchy until my 12 contacts are over.
Right.
I want my 12 contacts, but before somebody runs me off, After that, I'm fine. But like there, I want to use something with a really small footprint. It's pretty much a elegance most of the time because my Eagle One is blaze orange. It draws attention quickly.
Yeah.
But
That's how I am, Izzo. He says, some days I like to fly by the seat of my pants and go where the truck wants to go. Yeah. I mean, no matter if you turn left or right, out of the neighborhood here, it's still going to be about 45 minutes to a park, no matter which way you go. So, yeah, let's have fun with it.
yeah.
If I feel like roving around and doing more than one park, I'm going to turn left. But if I feel like just sitting out there for a while and just racking up contacts, I'll turn right.
Okay. Yeah. If I turn left, I'm probably it's probably morning, and I'm probably either going to start at Little Beaver and then do Anawalt, and depending on how the bands are, is what I'll do from there. And then I'll come back and I'll go back out later when the bands are better. If I turn right, I'm probably going to Ohio and doing a twofer and then popping up to Chief Cornstalk because those are the groups of parks that I'm working on right now to finish up Eagles at. I'm not working on the twofer. I'm working on Chief Cornstalk, but the twofer is within quick range of that, so I get that in.
Cal says if he turns right out of his driveway, he gets right into East St. Louis, which is a good way of coming back left without radio or hubcaps on your vehicle, and probably needing some roid cream too.
If I don't turn at all, I'm going to Chief Logan or the wildlife management area or Tomlin.
If it's Brian, Whiskey One, Whiskey Charlie. If it's hot out, I like Monsanto. If it's really hot, a car activation. All right, so this is what strikes me about Monsanto and the years that I've been going to the Huntsville Hamfest. It can be 100 degrees at the Hamfest. But once you get up into the mountains, it feels, I'm not going to say it's not hot, but it feels nicer. That's why I like Monsanto. It can be hotter than heck down at the Hamfest area, but once you get up in the mountains, and it feels better. Altitude.
At the time, minutani da vem.
I mean, yeah, they're right.
No, minutani da vem.
No, okay. Yeah, west. That's right, Terry. There you go. Right over that hill. Yep. But yeah, I would say, I mean, the situational thing probably that I couldn't live without the most, if I'm activating during the day, would be my fan. If I'm activating in the evening, it's that thermocell.
Well,
I'm telling you, man, that thermocell is a lifesaver.
Right now, it's been so hot lately. I haven't really been activating with my fan.
Yeah.
Because I've been sitting in the car running the air conditioner. I mean, and there's the thing. It as bad as the bands are, I'm sitting in the car with it running the air conditioner, adding additional noise to the radio.
It doesn't matter
because it's that hot. You know that there's those activate. Well, I mean, the other day when me and Terry activated them, we're all outside. But
if anybody does not have a thermocell and you do have a mosquito problem or gnats or no-see-ums or whatever, I highly recommend you getting one. It is a lifesaver. They work awesome, and I like them better than spraying bug spray on me because I mean it just I don't want to smell like bug spray. That's just me though. You know? Terry says he has to bring his snuffleupagus.
And he probably beat up a 10-year-old and took that thing.
Brian says, "Get the gas canister one, not the butane one." Yeah, I have the butane. So yeah, I've never seen the gas canister one.
I don't know that I've seen the gas canister one.
I actually got two of them. I got one that you can I don't know, it's like the Hunter version. It kind of looks like a Rig Expert shape, sort of, you know. And then I got the I guess they call the patio version. Looks like a tall cylinder.
I just normally have Terry running around with a fly swatter just swatting around me.
Yeah, that'll work too. Give him one of those big banana leaves, and he can fan you while you activate. Those little green. Okay, so it uses the same canisters as camping stoves. And
so what about y'all's 2 meters? Is 2 meters situational, where there's going to be some hams in the area with there, or do you always have your 2 meter with you?
I have mine with me, but I mean I have mine with me because I do park to parks. I've actually never, believe it or not, never turned it on and tried to call out on 5.2 just to see if anybody would hear me.
Well, I have because I did summits. I do summits.
Yeah, but I've never done that fishing for contacts.
There's absolutely 2 meter activity in West Virginia is just it's not going to happen.
So I figure around here, not because of not because of the terrain, but just because of the people. I mean, I think I could stay out there and holler on 2 meters until I couldn't talk anymore, and I'd maybe.
All right, Kyle. Kyle, you get to teach me something. I need to know how to do CW on a 2 meter. I need you to show me how to do it because I've tried to figure this out before. And I cannot figure out how to do because I have done a cross mode 2 meter sideband CW. Somebody hunting me.
Chris, I'm not sure if the thermocells work with black flies. We don't really have a black fly problem around here. Aaron says tri-band radio for Huntsville. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Whiskey Charlie says the FTX does it.
Yeah, the quad band for Huntsville. That's for true. That's what I did. I put that firmware on that Quan Shang, Eddie. and I can use my HT on whatever. I can use it on 20-meter sideband if I wanted to.
Antenna in with the train, right?
Yeah. You know how hard it is to clip a wire in those things when they speed by you about 35 miles an hour? You don't think 35 miles an hour is fast until you stand right dead next to a train.
Okay, so Kyle's saying CW keyed and just hold the 2 meter up to the speaker and with push to talk. Yeah, I could understand that, but
that's not CW. That's sound over FM. That's not true CW.
That's like doing an FT8 cross mode, Kyle.
Yeah. Jeff, welcome, buddy. Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Sierra Lima.
I wish I could do cross mode CW to FT8.
That'd be great.
I'm surprised Steven ain't figured it out. Yeah. He's up in Delaware today.
I'll try it during one of your late shifts. Like right when the UTC day rolls over, I hit you with about 1,200 watts of, FT8 with my call sign and just see if you call me back.
Well, here's the thing. If you're doing it into my CW pileups, I'm not going to notice any difference.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in your sideband pileup.
Well, honestly, the other night, there was so many people in my sideband pileup calling me CW. I know there was at least 7 or 8 people in there doing it. And I was like, where are all these CW stations coming from?
They heard us OGs doing it. Now everybody wants to get into the fun.
And the problem is I'd stop and I'm like the CW station and you'd hear crickets. And then you'd hear like, I'd say QRZ and you'd hear like 70 people calling a CW station.
Well. Oh,
but I think I worked like 4 or 5 of them out of all of them that was calling.
I love getting. I don't know about you, but I love getting when I'm activating sideband. I love getting cross mode CW contacts because it breaks up the monotony of taking a call after a call after a call after a call. You know what I mean? It's really fun.
Okay, so Brian said he tried to do the sideband CW, but you think I had the notch on. I do not think I heard the notch on. I heard you say whiskey, and then I heard CW, and I said the CW station. Is what it was. And then I got nothing back.
No. I answer in phone. So if I'm running phone and you call me, I'll say Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, you're 5'9", and you'll come back with CW. Did. End of the contact. And if anybody's curious, somebody asked this in our wonderful Discord, which is a wealth of information. And shameless plug, join our Discord. You'll have some fun. Not only do you get to hang out with all the top POTA activators and all the top POTA hunters, but you get to ask questions like this. When you log a cross mode contact as an activator, how do you log it? That was the question. The answer is log it as the mode you are activating in. So if you're sideband and they call you CW, log it sideband.
Yep. Absolutely. Because that's what you are doing. That's the mode you're doing and the mode you are logging. It doesn't matter how they called you. And they should log it the same way.
That's right.
Because they're not making a CW contact. They're making a sideband contact. They're just talking it differently. So.
Good night, Gary, man. Thanks for joining us here. Hope you have a great night.
And all right, I'm confused with Dennis's question. Do you answer phone or CW?
You answer in phone, like with your voice.
Like when somebody calls me CW on the cross mode, I answer through phone. Yes. Okay.
What if somebody calls you on phone but you're on CW?
I've never had that happen.
I don't think your filters would let it happen.
Your
receive bandwidth's so narrow. I don't think. I'll try it.
It would either.
That'd be fun to try.
You'll have to hit me with your 1,200 million watts like that and see if I can.
You'll have to, but you'll have to activate CW in the top half of the band, so I can. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Yeah, you can activate CW anywhere on the band.
Oh, I know this because God knows I've done it in the very high portions of the 80-meter band.
Yeah.
Because
You'll find the AMers real fast.
Because people think that they own the frequencies and they think they can run you off. So when I'm bored and you try to run me off, I try my best to stay there as long as it's physically possible. Like if you're going to stay there and try to run me off, I'll stay there overnight. I don't care. Me and you, I'll call CQ and let you play Britney Spears all you want to.
That sounds about right for 80 meters too. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I just don't understand why people's not just. You just got to ask nicely. I've moved for so many people that ask nicely, but I've stayed for so many rude people who refused. So,
Hillbilly Homestead is here in West Virginia from Webster County. Is that close to you?
no.
Webster County is his name's Doyle. Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Kilo Sugar. Says they got skeeters there the size of blowflies.
Where do you see that in chat?
A little bit above where Kyle said CW key gear and just hold the 2 meters straight up to the speaker.
No, it's way up there.
It was a while ago. I missed it earlier. Yeah. Juliet Mike asked, why is 60 meters worse than 80?
60 meters is not worse than 80.
No, I wouldn't say so. But you do got some people on 60 that like to guard their channels and say, you can't POTA on 60.
Like, honestly, I think that I don't think it's people on 60 meters. I think it's one guy.
Well, it's one guy. Yeah. The FCC ham radio test doesn't have a psychology test. Yeah, it should.
You know, because I'll tell you, I'm not right. Because I love when I'm sitting there. So I'll tune to a frequency, and I'll start setting up my log. So I'm putting in I'm starting a log. I'm putting in park numbers, putting in everything I need to do whole time. Then I'll start calling as this frequency in use, and I do that 3 times. And I love when I get around to the third one. Some guy's like, "Yeah, it's in use." I was like, "All right, well, thanks, bud." And then I sat there for a minute.
Nothing.
And there's nothing.
That's because he ran back across the house to the kitchen to finish dinner.
And it just depends on if I'm in a hurry or not. If I'm not in a hurry and I'm like, okay, you want to play 80 meters with me, we'll play. So I say, excuse me, the fella who's using this frequency, what's it in use for? And then it takes them like 2 minutes to come back.
You have to run back across the house?
They have to run back across the room. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for Tommy. He's coming back. Well, then the frequency's not in use because Tommy's not here and you're not on the radio. You're across the house.
Tommy, can you hear me?
It just absolutely cracks me up. So, you know, matter of fact, I think I'm going to start having frequency monitors monitor 7269.
There you go.
And every time somebody tries to get on 7269, you got to tell them the frequency is in use. We'll work it in shifts, you know. We'll have 24 of y'all, and we'll do 24-hour shifts. And then somebody's getting off because every time I activate, I'm just going to use my frequency.
Can we get somebody with multiple personality disorders so they can talk with themselves on the radio?
Well, there's a lot of us that have that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
Gene McPhee from Killeen, Texas. What's going on, buddy? N3XUS. He says, better late than never.
Well, we got about 15 minutes. So let's talk about weird things that you've had to do to finish a ham radio goal that you set. So,
weird things.
Weird things or hard thing. It don't have to be weird. Just something that makes a good story. For example, like the first year I ever did the Bailey Sprott, and I had 3 bouts of COVID, and the heart condition and told him I wouldn't stay in the hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Just anything you've had to do, like really, really, because a lot of people set goals. I mean, we do that goal stream every year, and a lot of people will say they're going to do a lot of things. And, you ask them in March, they ain't even thought about it since that stream.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go to the gym the first week in January. Man, that place is packed. Everybody's in the gym because everybody's gonna get healthy this year.
That sounds like the PZN challenge. A lot of folks done fell off the treadmill.
Then come middle of February, you go to the gym and it's crickets.
Yeah.
So like who's had to do something like really rough to keep a goal? And it don't have to be the PZN challenge or anything, just any radio goal, but you had to go out of your way to do it. So.
I got stuck in a park once and had to call ham radio buddy Robbie to come pull me out of the mud.
Well, I got stuck in a park once because Terry said, "Oh, that gate don't never lock."
Oh, well, I've been locked into a park too. Yeah, been there. Yeah, but no, as far as anything difficult, I don't think. I mean, this might rub some people's feathers wrong, but if you're a hunter solely and your focus is doing the belly sprott as a hunter, it's easy. It's easy. You hunt one person off the list. Now, I wouldn't make it just one unless you're damn sure they're going to turn their logs in and they got your call sign right. But if you're just going to, you hunt one or two people a day. I don't care how bad the band conditions are. You can hunt one or two people a day.
Absolutely.
Period.
Like honestly, I don't even think that an activator, if you want to do it the easy way, is that hard. Because if you want to do it the easy way, the Bailey and Sprott, you really just have to activate every other day, because you can go out and do an early late shift and you're good for 2 days. It's still harder than a hunter.
I'll say it's a lot harder than a hunter for sure, but I would say the Bailey Sprott itself, face value, both if you do it that way or the other way, isn't hard in itself. For me, it would be more of a major inconvenience just because of the distance to the closest park.
It absolutely is an inconvenience. We got a lot of stuff coming in.
Yeah.
He said he had to recharge his truck battery with a Biolina once.
Yeah.
And let's see what else we got here.
Hunting all the parks in Georgia, Robbie says.
Hunting all the parks in Georgia, absolutely.
I get you here. I'm sorry, I double-clicked on here. So Robbie said hunting all the parks in Georgia, had to drag a ham along to get an island park. Down to 3 parks needed. Awesome. Chris says gunshots at a wildlife management area during but that happens all the time, and I say it every time hunting season comes around. If you activate in a WMA or anywhere there's hunting, wear an orange vest during hunting season. Please don't end up being a statistic. Gene McPhee says the general exam was hard. That was the hardest exam for me too, buddy. The general was exponentially harder than extra.
I love this one. Mike says he has to skip a nap occasionally.
Yeah, that's true. Keeping discipline to practice CW. No. Skip an occasional nap, Mike says. 50 parks in Alabama only had 2 weekend days. So he did the South 50-ish parks in Alabama. He had 2 weekend days to do them before his POTAversary. One of his goals was to activate all of Alabama in his first year of being a POTA activator. Excuse me. So yeah, 2 weekend days to do 50 parks. That's a haul. That's tough. That's tough. Bailey Sprott's Bailey Sprott's a piece of cake. But yeah, as far as the Bailey Sprott, for me, it'd be more of an inconvenience. Now, that's just taking the Bailey Sprott itself on face value. That's not factoring in you have an illness and you still need to go out and activate. So that's another layer of it. That's not really the Bailey Sprott's fault. It's you just got to get your business done, and there's been times even just doing the PZN challenge, not this year, but 2 years ago when I did it. I mean, I was sick as a dog. And that was back when I really didn't have my remote set up, all, as well as I do now, and things where you literally have to just crawl yourself to the shack, get the contact, and crawl your butt back to bed.
And I agree.
And he's going out in that with fevers and everything else, So.
Yeah, I agree. And I've done it, like I said, three tours of COVID.
Yeah.
I did it. And one of those tours, that's exactly what I did. I pretty much would crawl to the vehicle, go activate, and come home and go straight back to bed.
Yep.
It was just absolutely brutal. And I mean, another time I was out in an ice storm and I didn't even make it all the way home. And I ended up staying at my daughter's, and then the next day the roads are just as bad and I have to go right back out and do it again. So, I mean, but here's the thing, and this is my point with that. You know what you're getting into. Well, if you watch this channel, you know what you're getting into when you do it. Because I tell everybody, the Bailey Sprott is no joke for activating. And this is why it's no joke, because of being sick, because of the weather, because, when you travel on a train, you have to do a late shift the night before, and then as soon as you get off the train, I mean, things like that, it really comes into play. But when you set that goal, you need to commit to it, and that's just my opinion. Now, I've failed goals because of money, and that's something I can't control. I can't control whether I have money to finish something or not. But if it's just because I'm sick, I'm not going to accept that.
Yeah, the Bailey Sprott as an activator is surely a test of willpower. I mean, so a hurricane come through and, there's a tree through your house roof, but you still got to activate that day. What do? Do you go get your quick 12 contacts and come back and, put a tarp, cut the tree up or whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me, I probably would. I mean, if I think about if that ever happened to me, I probably would too, just to remove myself from the chaos of a tree coming through my roof. Go out into a park, have a breather, relax for a little bit, then go deal with the madness. But yeah, it's a test of wills, that's for sure. Yeah, the tree ain't going nowhere. That's right.
Gene asked, "Have y'all ever been operating in Texas abandoned mode?" No, I have not been to Texas yet. Steven, which is not in here tonight, but he's been there quite a bit and done it.
I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I worked a lot of Texas from here.
Yeah, I work Texas. I work Texas daily.
If I went to Texas to activate during the day, I'd be on 20 meters for sure. At night, even here in South Georgia, I can get them all evening long on 40.
Yep, that's what I do.
And 20 meters when it's 8 or 9 o'clock here Eastern time, 20 meters is still very open over there towards the west. So yeah. 20 and 40. Bread and butter, baby. 20 and 40.
Texas is going to be a lot like Florida and be really great on 20 meters. But yeah, in the evening, I get Texas, I tear it up. So.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to do the toughest thing in POTA, do the PZN challenge. It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Listen, I got, I think, 14 left this year.
I'm surprised.
Which is a high number for this late in the year.
I'm surprised.
I've never finished with over 5, so I've got 14 right now.
Yeah, see, that's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. He said the hardest days for me, the belly sprot, was after winter field day, and he got a text during his activation that a close friend of his passed away. And yeah, that's man, that'll break the concentration, and you kind of go mind numb, because I know getting that kind of news kind of just like somebody just numbed your mind, and it's like you're what am I doing out here? You kind of forgot that you were out of park for a minute, you know?
Yeah,
Mm.
that is true. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of things that'll warp your mind. But sometimes, honestly, POTA is the best thing to do for me, because
Yeah.
it's going to take my mind off of them.
Therapeutic. Yeah.
Not so much when my pilots are being idiots.
So every night?
Yeah, every night.
Yeah, I figured.
I get it. Throw out. I give you plenty of time. As long as you
Yeah.
guys are throwing out your call signs, I'll sit there. Sometimes I'm sitting there. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm humming the Jeopardy song. When you guys are throwing out, I'm sitting there going,
That's great.
But I'll sit there. But what gets me is once it stops and I start calling people's names, and you start back up and start calling, trying to call over top of me, which means the people who I'm calling sometimes don't hear me. That's frustrating, and not paying attention to who I'm calling. That's frustrating. Absolutely. Yep. Don knows all about it. Oh.
Yeah, so a trick in James's pileups, and he mentioned it during one of the shorts that we put out not long ago of a past live stream. He said 73, not QRZ. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It drives me insane, because me saying 73 does not mean I want people to start calling. It means I'm saying 73 to Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie. Now I'm going to work the other 12 calls that are in my head. So keep quiet, and you might be one of them. It never fails, too, because somebody will throw that call sign in, and then the next go around, I feel bad because I hear somebody in my pile again that was in my head prior.
Yeah.
And I knew I should have already worked them. And
that's who I forgot last go around. Yep.
That's who I forgot because that guy was being a lid. But CW, I don't know what to do with them.
Oh, speaking of the PZN challenge, how's Kyle doing?
I think Kyle's going to restart next year. I think.
You're gonna restart next year. Okay. Yeah.
or maybe he's going to start this week.
Quitter. He's a quitter. You know.
Oh.
Please copy. Please copy will always drive you nuts. Thanks for telling me that, Izzo, because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to send you a please copy bag of barbecue potato chips.
What you got coming up, Dan?
Oh, not a lot. Got to pull up Izzo's address on QRZ here to get a care package in the mail. But other than that, guys, thanks for joining us here on episode 206 of Hump Day Happy Hour here on this Wednesday. I'm going to drop some links here in the chat to our after chat and Patreon and Discord. And James is going to talk about that now, and we will see you this coming Sunday at 6 Eastern.
That's right, because that's where I'm heading after this. I'm going to head over to the after chat. After chat is a Patreon benefit, but lucky you, if you're not a Patreon, you can head over to Patreon right now and get a free 7-day trial. But then you're going to need to click that Discord link right there that Dan's dropping and message me or Dan and tell us that you did that so we can get you access to the room to come hang out with us. And you'll get a lot of other cool benefits as well, including the auto spot in our Discord, the fastest way to get activated, period, hands down.
Yep.
I mean, it's hands down. That benefit right there is just worth Patreon. But other than that, activate, because that's what I do. And hopefully this big ball of heat from the sun don't take me out before I get them all done.
Yeah.
It's supposed to cool down some this weekend, down to the 80s. I'm excited, down to the 80s.
Yeah. What's funny is before we know it, we're going to be like, man, it's cold out.
They're calling for an extra hot fall.
Ugh.
So I was talking about it the other day to Viz. I think I'm going to have to start sunbirding too. You know, I snowbird in February. I think July I'm going to have to start sunbirding. I don't know. I guess I'll have to go to Alaska or something. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll catch you on the air 73.
See you guys.